Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Melanie if you're new here. I am a stay-at-home mom of 4, so I am definitely in a busy season of life, and I'm guessing since you clicked on this video, you're a busy person too, and you want to have some quick, healthy dinner ideas to feed you and your family on those nights when you feel like you have no time because you have so many activities to get to and you're just constantly racing out the door. I understand you, I get you, I am in that season of life too, but I also prioritize making home-cooked meals for my family and eating healthy. Healthy, in my opinion, means having a good source of protein, a healthy carb, and a vegetable option. So we're not making grilled cheese sandwiches on those busy nights, although there is a time and a place for those nights. I hear you, I get you, no judgment. But today's video, I'm just gonna be sharing 3 15-minute dinner ideas for those crazy nights when you don't have time to cook, but you still wanna make something healthy for your family. And I also wanna mention, I have a bonus item completely for free, no strings attached. I typed up all of the recipes and the grocery lists to go along with each recipe in case you wanna try any of these at home as well. And would you just hit the like and subscribe if you like this content and you find that helpful. Okay, let's get cooking. So for dinner tonight, I have 15 minutes to get something on the table before it is my kids' bedtime. It is after 7 and I have really waited until the last minute to start dinner. So dinner tonight is going to be a beef and broccoli with ramen noodles. I'll show you the ones that I like. These ones are from Costco. You can get, I think it's a 12 pack and the ingredients are great. It's organic brown rice flour and organic millet flour. So it's just really healthy and they cook up in like 5 minutes. However, I have used up most of them. There's only 3 left. So when I was at the grocery store tonight, I could only find these ones. So I don't know if I'm breaking any rules here, but I'm actually gonna cook both of these together. These are also just a simple rice noodle. So hopefully it turns out okay, but I would recommend getting this one if you can find it. So I'm gonna get my pot of water boiling first so that I can get my noodles done. And then here's all of the ingredients that I need. I have some beef stir fry strips. So they're already cut for me. That makes it really quick and easy. I'll just fry these up. And then you'll need some garlic. I have ginger. So I always keep my fresh ginger frozen because it grates really well and quickly into any dish. So that is how I like to keep my ginger. And then I have frozen broccoli, some green onion, and then I'm going to make a quick sauce. So I have rice vinegar, toasted sesame seed oil. This stuff is amazing. It gives your dish the best flavor ever. Highly recommend this. I also have some soy sauce. I like to use tamari. I have hoisin sauce for a little bit of sweetness. And then I'm using beef broth, but if you have vegetable broth or chicken broth, that would be fine as well. And then I have some sesame seeds and some cornstarch. That's it. I'm gonna see if I can get this done in 15 minutes. Let's go. So the first thing you wanna do is fill up a large size pot with water and get that on the stove so that it has time to come up to a boil. And in the meantime, you're gonna get your beef strips, and I like to put them in a large bowl so that I can season them with salt and pepper, give them a quick toss, and get them fully coated in that salt and pepper. So heat up your large pan and add a little bit of that sesame oil to the pan. And typically they say don't overcrowd your pan. However, we're short on time, so I'm breaking all the rules and just throwing all of the meat in there at one time. Now to make our sauce, you're gonna squeeze in the tablespoon of hoisin sauce, a tablespoon of rice vinegar, and some soy sauce. And we're also gonna pour in 1 cup of broth. So if you have beef broth, that's ideal, but you could also use a vegetable or a chicken stock. And then we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of cornstarch and give it a quick whisk. Now we're gonna prepare our garlic so that once the meat has browned, we're gonna add it into the pan, and we're also gonna be adding our fresh/frozen ginger that easily grates into the dish. Give everything a stir, and then once the meat has browned, we want to take it off the heat so that it doesn't continue cooking, otherwise it will get super chewy. Now that our water has boiled, we can turn off the water and add our rice noodles and just give them a little stir, and we don't have to do anything for the next few minutes. We just leave them in there and give them the occasional stir. Now with our sauce, we're gonna just pour that into our hot pan and add our frozen broccoli. And we wanna give the broccoli some time to thaw, so we're gonna put the lid on top and just let it warm up. Now I'm just gonna prep my green onions so that once everything's done, it's all ready to go. Now that my broccoli has warmed up, I'm gonna add my meat back into that sauce and just give everything a good mix. My noodles are done already. They are so quick. That's why I love these noodles. I'm just gonna dump them out and give them a quick rinse because they're made of rice and we just wanna get rid of that starch. And that's it, we're ready to serve it. So I have a large serving dish, so I'm just gonna pour my noodles in first and then pour the sauce and the meat and the broccoli on top. But if you have a large pan, you could also add the noodles to the pan and just mix it in there. I'm gonna top it with some green onion, and we're not quite done yet. We're also gonna top it with some sesame seeds. This is really, really yummy on top. Oh my word, this looks so good. Okay, we have to try this. It smells amazing. The verdict is I give this a 9 out of 10 for a 15-minute dinner that the entire family will love, that checks all of the boxes. We have protein, we have a vegetable, and a healthy carb. So. So the first thing we're gonna do to make this lemon chicken dish is get 1 1/4 cups of water in a small pan and just start to bring that up to a boil. In the meantime, you're gonna take your chicken thighs and you're gonna cut them into smaller pieces. Obviously, the smaller you cut them, the quicker they're gonna cook. So I cut mine in half, but if you're really short on time, you could always cut it even smaller. I just have some olive oil in a pan warming, and I'm adding my chicken that has been seasoned with salt and pepper into that pan. And now that my water has come to a boil, I'm measuring out 1 cup of dry couscous, adding a little bit of salt, giving it a quick stir, and removing it from the heat and placing a lid on top. Now I'm just gonna get my fresh garlic prepared. I wanna get this minced now so I don't have to do it later. So I'm just gonna keep it all on my cutting board, and I'm also gonna be finely grating the rind of 1 lemon. Now I'm gonna add it in my pan with the chicken along with the juice of 1 whole lemon. I'm also gonna be pouring in 1/2 cup of chicken broth and giving everything a good mix. I have about 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme and a little bit of salt. And these are capers. I don't know if you've heard about capers, but I absolutely love them. They are really salty. They taste kind of like an olive. So I'm adding about 2 tablespoons, and then I'm gonna add some frozen peas to that same dish. Now I'm just gonna pop a lid on top and let everything cook. My couscous is already done. That only took 5 minutes. And now that my chicken has fully cooked, I'm adding in about 1 tablespoon of butter and grating in some fresh Parmesan cheese. Mix everything together and it's gonna create this beautiful sauce. So to serve, you just put the couscous down and then layer it with the chicken and the peas and the sauce and a little bit of fresh Parmesan. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is get our rice cooking because that is going to take exactly 15 minutes. So I have my rice, just running it under some cool water to get rid of the starch. And I'm just gonna add in 1 3/4 cups of water for 1 cup of rice, a little bit of butter and salt, and I'm just heating that in a pot. And now I'm gonna heat up a large pan and slice up 1 red onion. Now that my rice has come to a simmer, I'm putting a lid on and setting my timer for 10 minutes and letting it simmer. Now I'm adding a little bit of olive oil to my large pan and my red onions. I'm just gonna give them a quick stir and give them a few minutes to cook. And in the meantime, I'm gonna mix my spices all together. So I have my curry powder, some ground cumin, garlic powder, dried ground coriander, and turmeric. Now, if you want exact measurements, make sure you check out my free document. It has everything listed on there. I'm just gonna warm up the spices, let them release some of their aromatics on the pan along with some salt and pepper, and I'm just gonna dump my frozen shrimp right in the pan along with my frozen vegetables. I wanna give those a few minutes to cook, so I'm just gonna pop a lid on, and then a few minutes later I'm gonna add in some chicken broth and my whole tomatoes. You could also use diced tomatoes. Just gonna break up my tomatoes in the pan a little bit and just combine everything together. My rice is already done, so I'm gonna remove it from the heat and keep the lid on for 5 minutes. Don't touch it. Once my chicken has fully cooked and my sauce is nice and bubbly, I'm gonna pour in a little bit of cream and just stir everything together. My rice is ready and dinner is served. I'm so excited to try this. Wasn't sure if I needed a fork or spoon. I mean, look at all this delicious broth. Definitely want a fork and a spoon for this meal. This is so good. You gotta try this. It's so good. I have to show you guys one more thing before I say goodbye. Look how much snow we have. Look at that. That is insane. Look at all that snow. Oh. Crazy. Crazy. Let's just close the door. Yeah, I don't want to look at that anymore. Well, that was so much fun. I am so glad that you guys joined me today for some quick family-friendly dinners. And let me know in the comments below if you try any of these dinners or which one you're most excited to try. Bye for now, guys. See you next time.